Hey everybody. Hey everybody. Now that the Wave Link 3.0 is open public beta right now since October 16th, I'm going to do my best to try to make this as short video as possible. I'll do my best, but no promises. I'm just going to try to cut away at least all the fluff at least. Just pertinent information here. So let's go ahead and dive right in. First off, this is what it looks like once it's all installed. I'm going to uninstall everything and we're going to work it through together to get everything installed properly and kind of explain how the layout works. If you're already used to Wave Link 2.0, you're going to notice that over here on the left side was normally at the top. We'll get to that. To me, that's the only similarity is if you shift it 90 degrees to the left. Um, that's pretty much it. There's a lot of similarities in some aspects, but there's way more things that it's not similar at all. So for the most part, just that 90-degree thing where it flips to the left, only keep that in mind. As for everything else, forget most of it because it's essentially a whole new software. Um, you can't port anything over from it, so you're starting from scratch. Anywho, first things first, I already have it installed. I did have Wavelink 2.0 installed. What you're going to do is you're going to uninstall all the Wavelink specific things on your computer. Um, First off, go to settings, right click your start menu, and then you can click settings. And then on the left hand side, you'll see apps. I got it covered out because I got my email address all logged in and all that stuff. So, anyways, on the left hand side, go to apps, go to installed apps, and then search for Elgato down here for the apps, not up top because that's just searching your settings. Sometimes it can get confusing, but anyways, go down here at the top of the installed apps and then search Elgato. You're going to see probably your Stream Deck. You probably have a Stream Deck device. If you don't, that's totally fine. FYI, also, so you know, right now, as of today, the 20th of October, the Wavelink plugin for the Stream Deck, I know if you've been using Wavelink 2.0, it doesn't work. So they're in the process of implementing Wavelink 3.0 plugin specifically for the Stream Deck. So therefore, the unfortunate aspect of this is you can't use your Stream Deck with the program. So I would like to be able to unmute and mute all these things whenever I want as well by pressing a button. Eventually, that's going to happen probably either the next release or the stable release. I'm not 100% sure when that's going to happen, but from what I heard is they talked about it that they're developing it or they're testing it out to release it even either in the beta or the stable release from TwitchCon is what they were talking about, at least what others were talking about. I didn't watch it myself, so I can't really tell you. Anyways, I know that's probably a lot of fluff, but it's something that you need to know for the Stream Deck capability so you're not disappointed. Anywho, we're going to get into all of this. I'm going to get into how the sound effects work, how you can, if you're playing Warzone and you're doing proxy out, you can do like audio warfare if you want. I'm going to show you how to set up your microphone. I'm going to show you how to set up all these channels, and I'm going to show you how to set up both your wavelength capable microphone, and then I'm also going to show you how to. I can go to mixes. It's frozen right now. And I'm going to show you how to set up a third-party microphone that's not not an Elgato product. The only thing that was capable for the Wavelink 2.0 was like the Stream Deck Plus, the Stream Deck Plus with the XLR, the sorry, the Wavelink microphones, and also inside of this, the Elgato thing for the effects, the voice focus. It's free if you have one of those products. Otherwise, you can purchase it for $50. I personally, I'm not using it because I believe that it is um, taking away a lot of my CPU power. I have an older CPU, it's the i9 10, 910, 900K or whatever. So therefore, I've been noticing frame rate drops. I don't know if it's because of the voice focus or not. I could be wrong, but I think that it's using the CPU power and then it's causing frame rate drops in like Call of Duty for me. Anyways, I digress. Let's move on. So it's freezing up going to mixes. It's probably because I'm also recording at the same time. I don't know. It's a beta. So you need to install the program and uninstall these things just as I'm telling you, because I tried to do it just normally and it didn't work very well. And anytime I tried to create a channel, I'd do this and then it just disappear. It wouldn't even pop up. Nothing would happen. So at this point, before you uninstall anything, unplug your Stream Deck. There we go. Got mine unplugged. So as you can see, my microphone up here is unavailable now. So keep that unplugged until we're done, I believe, with the second restart. So you're going to go ahead and uninstall all the Wave Link associated things. If you're only in 2.0, it's just a 2.0. I think it's just one for if you already had this installed and it's not working right. Go ahead and uninstall both of these. All right, one's uninstalled. This one's uninstalled. Also, while this is uninstalling, for the Wave Link 2.0, if you're uninstalling that right now, at the end of it, it says, do you want to save the settings? Hit yes so that you can save it in case for some reason you want to go revert back and go back to the Elgato Wave Link 2.0. If this is annoying you or frustrating you in any kind of way, I'm going to just completely stay over to the Wave Link 3.0 just as it comes in release so I can try to update y'all as well. Okay, got that all uninstalled. Keep your Elgato Stream Deck if you have one. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. It's still going to work for you. We're going to go ahead and restart the computer. Right click and restart. All right, now that you've already rebooted, and we're going to go ahead and jump in and install the beta. So if you go ahead and go to and search Elgato software downloads, you're going to come to this page. This is the page here. It just shows Wave Link 2.0.6. Go ahead and test beta version. Here you're going to see Wave Link 3.0. Go ahead and hit download. After you download it, you're going to have this here. It's probably going to be in your downloads files. I'll put mine in tutorials installs. Anyways, go ahead and let's install. Go ahead and hit install. Read through this if you like. Accept. Yes. Next. Accept. Next. If you want to read through that, go for it. Keep it default. Install. All while doing this, make sure your Stream Deck is unplugged, especially a Wave Link capable device. Just wait a little bit, don't hit finish yet, and then once this pops up, hit yes. And then hit finish. This will go ahead and pop up. Go ahead and change this to your headphones, and then close it out. We're going to be right back. You're going to go ahead and right click, go ahead and restart your computer again. All while keeping the Stream Deck unplugged. All right, now that you're back from rebooting the computer for the second time, go ahead and while that was rebooting, you could plug into your Stream Deck. I don't know if you've gotten this far already, or go ahead and plug in your Stream Deck now if you haven't already. Next, I'm going to go ahead and pin this. You can pin it. It's probably going to be here. Pin to start menu, but I'm going to pin to my taskbar. Put it right next to my Stream Deck stuff. And we're going to open it up. Behind here. So at this point, it's going to, if you have a Wave Link device attached that's capable, one of the products that they've done is going to pop up for the setup. So we're going to go through that here as well. And I'm going to show you also how to set up with third-party mics. Since I'm using a third-party mic now, so I can record this because I couldn't record it with this. Anyways, let's quickly get through this. And then we're going to install some VSTs as well. And then we're going to get through all the whole the mixes part. Go ahead and get started. I'm going to actually move my mic closer to me since I'm not using it. I need to get it installed or set up, I guess. Just go ahead and hit continue. Hit continue again. So after this, so it says keep it at the right distance. It's about 4 to 6 inches, depending on how long your fingers are, or how loud you speak. But anyways, you can gauge it by putting your thumb on your chin and putting your pinky on either your pop filter or your microphone itself. That is a good distance to be able to gauge it. Go ahead and hit continue. This way, as you can see, I'm going to talk a little bit lower, just as my normal talking voice, and it says it's too quiet. So I'm going to go ahead and bump that up some. I think it was 61 the last time I tested. For me, is actually better, so it kind of stays in the yellow, almost in the red, but not quite in the red, but it stays there in the green So if you talk too much, it'll be like, oh, it's too loud, decrease it. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it down to 61. I do have a preamp on mine, and I have a pod mic, so it's going to be a little bit different for you. I'm going to hit continue again, and done. So up here, it may already detect it if you need the phantom power. If you have a dynamic mic, you can turn this down and turn this off, If you have a condenser mic, you need the 48 volt phantom power. But if you have a preamp, you also need the 48 volts phantom power as well. So condenser or a pod mic with a preamp. Not a pod mic, sorry, dynamic mic with a preamp. And that's what I have, so I have to do both. So I've got my gain. We're going to go ahead and install the effects real quick. I'm going to turn the low cut filter off. I don't care for it. Clip guard's okay. That's fine. We'll go to mixes in just a second. I'm going to minimize this. We're going to go to the marketplace. We're going to sign in. And I'm going to type in VST. Search that. You'll see the VSTs right here. Go ahead and hit show all. You're going to install noise removal, equalizer, compressor, and dehisser, all by Elgato. Go ahead and click here. I've already got them installed from the Wave Link 2.0. If you already have them installed from that, then you should be good because it should be in the same file location. Go ahead and do that one. And the compressor, when you open it, it'll download into Wave Link and it'll pop up with this, open a Wave Link. Alright. Most browsers will do that. Dehisser. You can go with the NVIDIA one too. I don't know where it's at, but I don't like the NVIDIA one because it always has issues with me. You have the macOS versions as well. Right now I'm strictly doing this for Windows. If you don't have an Elgato Wave Link device, then you can purchase this voice focus for the extra voice focusing, and it gets rid of all the background noise, kind of like the noise removal right here. So this is more of a lightweight one. This is an extra strong, like AI generated one. It's $50 if you don't have it. If you already have a device, it doesn't cost anything. It automatically comes with it. As you can see on mine, if I can bring it up, if I should go, maybe it's under mixes actually. So I go under mixes, and then I hit this little thingy. I go back here. I think it's under effects, settings. Okay, I had to click on the personal mix. So this AI focus is automatically there if you have this. I like to turn it off. I think if I'm not mistaken, it takes up a lot of CPU power when you're using that. And I think I already talked about that in the beginning of the video. I apologize if I'm repeating myself. But at least I noticed in Call of Duty, sometimes our frame drops, and I think it's because of this. I wasn't getting drop frames before. This takes up a lot of CPU power if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. I apologize if I am. But just know that that could be a possible effect of that. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and minimize this. We're going to go in here. You've already done that and installed those things. Let's see. Open this. We're going to go to the filters, and we're going to add effects. So mixes, go to your thing. I'm going to actually just call this XLR mic. Change it whatever you want for that one. I'm going to go ahead and add effects. I'm going to do, so you're going to need to do this in order operation. So whatever's first up here, working its way down is what's going to be in effect. At least that's how it's been in Wave Link 2.0. I think it's probably going to be the same here. So I'm going to do EQ first, then compressor, then dehisser, and then I'm not going to do noise removal right now, but if you want to, you can. So EQ. I already have my own. I would strongly suggest you can go back here, where is it, and then type in presets, and then scroll down until you see presets here with podcast, show all. Harris is a pretty good one to start off with, and then modify yours from there. You can, if you have a Wave Link Wave 3 microphone, start with his. A DX, you can start with his, and so on. So these are all like different presets, and you can modify from there, or you can just do it fresh from yourself. Anyways, I started with Harris dynamic mic, since I have a dynamic mic, and I made my own too. So I've done that. I'm not going to show you how to do it. just know it's there. There's plenty of tutorials online to do that. So I'm going to close that out. I'm going to go ahead and bring my mic back to where it needs to be so I can do the compressor. So you're going to have to read the prompts when you proceed. I'm going to go ahead and hit this. Otherwise, if you don't read this, it's going to all be messed up. So I'm going to put this in the right distance. I'm going to redo. Vocal compression is the secret to sounding pro. Let's do this. Go ahead and hit proceed. I'm not going to tell you everything of why it's about. I'm going to go a little bit lower than the highest peak in there. Finalize. I'm going to go here. Little settings things. I'm going to put the attack to 1 millisecond. I'm not going to explain why. There's a bunch of videos online that this is primarily focused on the Wave Link 3.0, but this is just to get it set up initially. Close, close, add effects. Did a compressor, so deesser. Same thing here. You want to, as soon as you click this, then you want to read this. So deesser, smooth the sharp S sounds. So try to exaggerate your S. I believe it works better. I could be wrong, but just do it anyways. Deesser, smooth the sharp S sounds. That way, I always go all the way down. When it says orange, you can go down and then come all the way up. The moment it turns green, that's what I set it at. Close. You can add the noise removal if you want. Next, we're going to go ahead and add your microphone, third-party microphone if you don't have a Wave Link device. So this is where for you. So this is my microphone I'm using right now to record the video because I couldn't use my XLR microphone to record the video because of installing the Wave Link and all the whole drivers and everything. Anyways, go there. It's already set up. I am going to turn this, so this, I'm going to change this to my actual headphones for the personal mix. I'm actually going to go ahead and change the name of it. I'm going to do this. This is going to be everything for headphones. And we'll set everything else up. So this is my actual headphones. I have an i5. You might have something else, so go ahead and you can add inputs to whatever your actual headphones are. And then I'm going to close that out. Just be wary. This sometimes changes. It's weird. So if you don't see two outputs and you only see one, and this auto deletes, it's just part of the beta. I noticed that happens. So you just go and just add that back in. This one I'm going to change, and this is going to be my speakers because I like to have it separate. Virtual mix, and then this is my stage V2 speakers, and then close. If you click here, your mic's going to play through it. This is, mic's probably playing through the headphones. I'm going to turn mine down to like 30 so I can still kind of hear myself. If you want to do the same thing with this one, you can do the same thing. I'm going to turn it down to like 30. Anyways, go ahead and add these effects if you want them. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through it real quick. So we do the EQ first. I'm going to go ahead and set my EQ to that. Add effects. It's the same process. I'm going to proceed. I'm going to hit redo though when I'm ready to talk. So vocal compression is the secret to sounding pro. Let's do this. Proceed. See how the line looks way different than my other my actual XLR. This is the USB mic I'm using. And I'm going to do it a little bit lower than the very top peak. Finalize. Do the same thing. 1 millisecond and 100 milliseconds for release. This is all personal preference and stuff, but there's plenty of tutorials again, like I said. I accidentally close that out. Open back out. Add effect. And de-esser again. De-esser, smooth the sharp S sounds. Okay. De-esser, smooth the sharp S sounds. Wait a second, go all the way down in the orange and then come up as soon as it turns green, and that's when I stop. Alright. And then I'm going to actually just add the noise removal, just add it. You can adjust it here for this one. My XLR, I'm not going to add it though. That's added. Close. Alright. Now, you got that set up. That's all working. I'm going to go ahead and mute this. And mute this for now. You should be able to still hear me because of my OBS. Anywho. I think actually if you mute this, it'll mute everything regardless. So then you can individually mute which channels. Anyways, just going to go ahead and add all 5. You're limited to 5 at the upper part. I'm going to change this one to voice chat. Oh. I'm going to change this one to sound effects, SFX. Close. And then I'm going to change this one to games. Close. I'm going to go ahead and create a bunch of channels just so that we can get into it. Again, remember, if you are coming from the Wave Link 2.0, it's kind of the only similarity / difference is the 90-degree to the left. So where everything was at the top, everything's all at the left now. Create. I'm just going to use OBS Studio, and then I'm going to delete the actual thing, so I'm going to edit it. So we're going to change this icons to, we'll say, voice chat. To voice chat. Delete. Close. And then we're going to do OBS again. Edit. Just open up some apps, and then you'll be able to see like extra apps that you can add. I'm going to do this one for system. Change the name, system. Delete. Close. OBS. Again. I'll do music. Like Spotify, YouTube Music, or whatever it may be. Delete that and then close. Great. In fact, actually, I forgot voice chat. I'm going to add Discord to that specifically. Chat, create. You don't really have to add the apps, but I'm going to anyways. OS, OBS, delete. We're going to do game channel. Create OBS again, delete SFX. I will explain the routing process in a second. OBS. Actually, I think I've already added everything that I wanted to, because I don't care about the browser one. I just play my browser through my system. So we're going to, easy to remove, just click edit and then remove channel. You can do the same thing up here, edit and then delete mix, but I'm not going to do that. I also do ArtTunes. Artist War is absolutely phenomenal when it comes to audio for for Warzone and Call of Duty. I'm going to add that. I'm going to rename it to ArtTunes. I will have a more condensed video of all 4 of his videos. He has 4 different videos that you have to follow and process, and I think they're like 30 minutes each to an hour each or something like that. I'm going to do my best to try to condense it and utilize Wave Link 3.0 instead of, I think he's using like Voicemeeter and Wave Link 2.0. But now Wave Link 3.0 is free for everybody, which is pretty awesome. I'm going to change this to like an aux. I'll do green. Close. Okay. So all of this right here is what's going to be playing through your headphones. So I'm going to go ahead and add the chat, add this, add that, every single one of these. So they'll play through headphones. If you want them to play through speakers, that's cool too. These are, again, this is your microphone, voice chat, system, music, and so forth. So I'm going to add these, but I'm going to mute all of these because I don't want them going through my speakers right now. Soon, once it's implemented in the Stream Deck, you'll be able to just press the button and you can mute and unmute and switch the channels like that. Voice chat. This is going to be for Discord. Go ahead and add your own microphone into that. SFX. This is like if you want to do audio warfare or anything. So you set your microphone in game to SFX so that everything will be coming through here so that they can hear you. And then you can add SFX over here so that only the SFX and your mic is playing through the microphone channel on, like, say, Call of Duty. You want to do Proxmax, audio warfare. If you don't want to talk, you only want to talk to your Discord, have this one on, delete, have this one muted, and then you can have just your soundboard going on a loop like footsteps or whatever is pretty nefarious and crazy, but it's quite funny some of the reactions. Um, anyways, you could do that, or you could just like, oh, like do different soundboards and it'll play through the game. Or if you want to add it also through the voice chat, you could do that. And I just have it muted so that people in Discord can't hear it, you know. I mean, unless you want it that way, so that you can do audio warfare in game, but not audio warfare in Discord here. So, also on that note, we'll go to the voice chat like Discord and stuff. We know people who have really bad microphones, right? They are absolutely notorious with having the fans running or AC running. They're chomping on some chips, they're typing or clanking on their keyboard when they're playing, or even their controller. I mean, sometimes their buttons are very loud. Whatever it may be, go into voice chat, this little thing right here, and then do add effects, add that noise removal. You can strengthen it if you want. I just keep the threshold as normal. And boy, does that help a lot. It may not get everything, but it does help a lot. If for some reason it's cutting out their voices, you can go in here and edit, and you can bring down that threshold a little bit more. It'll definitely help out. This will go through for like prox chat, you name it, in-game chat, and Discord, so you don't hear people just chomping on chips and stuff. Let's see, what else can I show you real quick? Let's jump over to Discord. That's what we'll do. All right, I got Discord up. Your input device. This is going to be your voice chat one. So you do voice chat here and voice chat here. Show more and voice chat. There it is. So my XLR mic at the very bottom, you see the input sensitivity. Stop talking. Now it's green. It's highlighting. And then this is also, so this input is, just so you can kind of visualize it, is this part. This is the microphone going into the voice channel so that people can hear it. So if I wanted to do a soundboard, I'm going to do a knocking noise. In just a second, you got to bring up your, you got to go to your stream deck. Let's go to the audio, knocking, and I'm going to change this to SFX. That's on SFX. So now you see that it's knocking on there. So therefore, it'll play through voice chat and it'll play through SFX. But I honestly, I don't like to have it on the voice chat, so I close this out, or you can keep it up there and mute it, but I'm just going to delete it because I don't need it. If you want it in Discord, if you want your audio going, the SFX going through that, then you want to set SFX to your microphone as well. Keep the output voice channel. That is the output device is when you're listening, and that's going to be this one right here. So this is them talking to you through this. So if I had someone in there, you would see this jumping up and down while they're talking. This is jumping up and down while I'm talking. And same thing if you wanted to add 2 mics. You can add 3 mics, 4 mics, 6 mics, whatever. However many mics you got connected, you can add all 3 of them. You can mute one, have the other one, mute the other one, have the other one. Kind of cool. Very cool, actually. More than kind of cool. So now you got the Discord one. I'm going to go ahead and close this one out. I'm only going to have my XLR mic in there because I'm going to wind up deleting this at some point. Let me close that one out. And so you got that. So let's jump into, I'm going to put Call of Duty on, and I'm going to show you a couple things with the audio routing in there because I use ArtTunes, but I can show you the game one too. And then I'm going to show you the voice chat with the prox chat where you can do the audio warfare and have this SFX as the thing. All right, I'm going to show you, for instance, in Call of Duty as an example on the both the voice chat, sound effects for audio warfare, and also game audio. So Call of Duty, I'm going to actually turn on the music a little bit. It might be loud. I hope it's not overpowering. Just so that you kind of can hear it. Right now it's not really set to anything, so I'm going to add this here and this here. I don't think you really have to add this one here, but I'm going to add it anyways. But you just go through the inputs in here. So first off, I'm going to do ArtTunes just so you can see. I do ArtTunes all the time for Call of Duty. I'm going to go ahead and minimize or bring this up. And you can see the music is playing in the background, so it's on ArtTunes here. I'm going to switch it over to gain, which is this one over here, and you should see that now. So then that's on there. So if you want it through your headphones, you can mute it here. Unmute it here. And if you want it through your speakers, if you're playing a single player game, you can put it on your speakers instead. You can have them both muted, whichever. And I can't wait for this. Again, Stream Deck plugins will be coming. I'm going to switch it back to the ArtTunes one and do that. We have the ArtTunes here. It's going, but I'm going to go ahead and mute the in-game music. I hate that. We're going to go to voice chat now. On voice chat, this is, it says output device, so it's going to be what's coming to you, so that you're listening to. You don't want SFX, you want the voice chat one. So voice chat, that's going to be this. So if anybody's crunching chips or has a fan blowing in the background, that's going to be this. So if you're in a lobby, you'll see this bouncing up and down. Would have a friend here to test it out, but I don't have one in here right now. They're all busy at the moment. Scroll down for your mic. I just keep it open. You can go here. Let's see if it'll let me scroll down. There we go. SFX is your microphone. So that's this right here, what's going through your microphone. The voice chat is this, but also this right here. This is what you're listening to going this way. This is what everyone else is listening to going this way. That makes sense. So this is your route for your headphones. This is a route for your speakers. All of this. Anywho, let's go back to the game. So you got your SFX, open mic, minimize the game. I'm gonna play a sound effect. So maybe it'll come through, maybe it won't. It'll just be the knocking sound effect. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up. I think I already did this already. Let me see. I don't want to redo it. Oh, yeah. So if you had that sound effects, I'm going to just do the knocking noise. We'll go ahead and just do it again real quick. Even if I did do it already, I apologize. Just switch this output to SFX. Go ahead and minimize. Knocking noise, you'll see that's bouncing here. This is only if you want them to only hear your soundboard. You just have this up here. SFX for your microphone. Unmute it if you want to talk to people in game. That's it. Listen to people here with your thing on, and then SFX if you want to just talk to them and have that on. For now, this is what concludes the tutorial of what I have at the moment and experimented with. You can go ahead and shut it off. I'm just going to talk a bunch of nonsense and fluff right now. Right now, ArtTunes, if you are a Call of Duty player, it is the best audio out there. ArtTunes mixed with Gadgetry. Gadgetry is absolutely awesome as well. I'm going to put their links in the description for everything when I do the tutorial for the compressed, more condensed, not compressed, more condensed version of the ArtTunes explanation with Gadgetry as well. He has 4 videos out again, like I said. I'm going to put a video out for that, so make it way more condensed. Otherwise, you're going to be listening to about anywhere between 2 to 4 hours of a video. I'm going to try to do my best to condense it down to maybe 30 minutes or less. Hopefully, we'll see. Anywho, thanks for watching this video. If you made it through this far, I'm really sorry for any of the fluffs that I've done throughout. I was just trying to make it as pertinent as possible and to the point. It's sometimes a little bit hard to do it that way. Anyways, y'all have a wonderful day or night or wherever you are. God bless y'all.